just adding Fabricio.
There you go. Now I
Hey,
see me.
it's working.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm
I'm so
well.
excited. Can you hear me well?
Yeah, I can hear you pretty good. I can hear you
Awesome, and
good.
I can hear you well as well.
Awesome. Good. How you
Yeah,
been? How you doing?
good,
Nice to meet
good.
you.
Nice to meet you too. Actually, for those that, probably that you don't know, I came across Fabricio through a comment or through some, like we have like a friend in common,
Yes.
which I think is Juliana.
Yes.
And yeah, and so it was so interesting. And I saw Fabricio's post and I was like, I need to have Fabricio in my group.
Thank you. I'm honored. Thank you very much for asking me.
Yeah, sure, sure. So,
Awesome.
guys, if you have any questions, you can type in the comments. I will go through some questions with Fabricio because I'm very curious about a lot of things. And so I'm not sure if I will see the comments because in our screen, I only see, my video and Fabricio. So um, this Facebook thing has so many options. It's so
I know.
complicated.
I know. And I'm an old man, so for me it's very confusing.
Yeah. Okay, so the topic for today's live is really how, in this case, a business person, because in our group we have real estate professionals, we have
Right.
photographers. I think we have a couple of home inspectors. So basically, everybody
Hmm.
works, in real estate. So and so the main question here is how they are able to maintain a healthy plant based on the go, basically. And
Right.
actually, we didn't talk about that. That's what you were going to be talking about. But let's keep going.
Let's get started. Awesome.
So, how do we maintain a healthy plant based
Diet on the go.
diet on the go?
Awesome. Awesome. First question.
First question. I think everybody's curious to know that.
Right. Well, I always say plan your day out and what you're going to eat, just like we plan our day out for business with meetings and things like that. We already know the day before who we're going to meet, who we're going to call, who we're going to text, who we got to email. Some entrepreneurs, business owners, we do that. So I say do the same thing with food. Now, there's a lot of plant-based options, cafes and restaurants now all over, especially in South Tampa, Pinellas. I mean, they're everywhere now. So I always plan if you like eating your biggest meal or something around, let's say 2 o'clock, and you have a meeting at a certain area, let's say downtown Tampa, 2 o'clock. So you want to eat before or after that meeting. Before you leave the house, plan what you're going to eat. Google something, healthy meals around me, plant-based meals around me. And so you already know where to go. Instead of, oh my God, I'm hungry, I'm starving, I'll go through the drive-through, get something quick. And those something quick is what makes us ill and doesn't really give us energy. So I always say
Right.
plan where you're going to eat that day before you go out. That way you
So
already know. Go.
So do you suggest us to prepare the food like today for today's meals, or like for example, let's say on a Sunday, prepare the meals for the entire week?
Yeah. So it all depends on the individual. If the individual has no time, is on the go from 7 in the morning to 7 at night and no time to prep, I would say prep it on the weekend, maybe like on a Sunday. And that way you have at least, you don't have to prep for the whole week, but you could prep maybe for 3 days, right? Because then maybe on Thursday and Friday you treat yourself or maybe you eat out. That way you're not spending that much money outside either. Now, if your week is not um, that full, then you could prep every morning according to what you like that day. You get up
Right.
an hour extra, prep whatever you want to eat that day. You try to keep it healthy, of course, plant-based.
Right.
Uh,
And a lot of times it really depends on the person's schedule, maybe
yes.
let's say, or even lifestyle. Maybe people that have kids, maybe they will
Yes.
have like a busier morning. They don't have time to think about those things. Maybe
Right.
somebody that does not have kids will have a different morning. So,
Exactly. Yes,
right,
different schedules. Exactly. So you have to, every individual is different, their lives. Like you said,
right,
some have kids, some don't. If you have kids, you got to get them out in the morning. So definitely not going to have no time unless you get up at 3 in the morning, right? So
right,
I would suggest is once the kids are in bed, take that extra half an hour at nighttime and just prep it and put it in the fridge,
right,
And in the morning, if you don't want to take it that cold, take it out the fridge while you getting the kids ready and let it just warm up room temperature. So you don't have to put in a microwave or anything
right,
like that. Let it just heat up room temperature, and you'll be good. So you have to choose, and
right.
already, like I said, already know what you want to eat. That's very important. If you have to plan it like that, you know.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And so, how do you suggest for those people that really work out, or even they are hoping that they will start work out soon? Um, so, how do you recommend? Like, how can these people incorporate the workout, during the week?
Right. Yeah. So what I suggest is me, like I'm a member, I joined Planet Fitness. And the reason why I joined Planet Fitness because they're all over the place. It's a franchise all over the place. So you have a lot of options to go. A lot of times we join gyms and only have one or two, and we can't exercise on the go because we have to set a schedule. If you join a gym that only has one establishment or two, so you have to say, okay, early in the morning I gotta work out because I gotta go to that gym, or at nighttime. So that really is not realistic because a lot of times we keep it for 2 or 3 days and then we don't do it no more. So what I do, like I said, I joined Planet Fitness because they're all over the place. So what I do is I carry my workout clothes in my trunk, right? Couple of extra T-shirts and whatever I need, my sneakers. So let's say I'm out. I'm out. I don't even plan my workouts, but I know that I want to work out at least 3, 4 times a week. So I'm out. So I got a client at 12. I don't have my next client till 4. I said, all right. I finished with my client, and again, we prep in the morning, so I have a lot of space. I Google whether it's a Planet Fitness. I got my clothes. I go change. I do my workout. I keep it to a minimum an hour. I don't try to kill it, but I try to at least put that hour in. And of course, I carry my deodorant, my things. I go. If you want to shower, if you like sweat a lot, you got to shower there. You prep, you get yourself pretty, and you go to your next meeting. But you got your
So
workout in.
basically, you keep your closet and sometimes your kitchen in
Yeah.
your car trunk.
Yes. I mean, because we live out of a car. We live out of a car. That's what it is. I mean,
Right.
most of us, the driver's seat is clean, but the passenger seat is where we throw everything, papers in the back. It's like it's such a mess, but we know where everything is, so we don't clean it.
Right, right.
So
Because you are also a business person yourself.
yes,
Right.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. And
I've seen, I've seen it.
I have two businesses, so it's like so I keep it like that. But it's like I said, I already know myself. You know, I know myself, so I keep it in the trunk. So between minutes, I get my 1 hour workout, and I time myself. I get on the treadmill, 11 o'clock. By 12 o'clock, I'm gonna walk into the locker room and change, and just
Right,
get it done. But
right.
so we always prepare. Like a lot of times, man, I feel good. I want to maybe put a workout. I got time. I left my work. I don't have it with me. Now you don't have to go through that. You see.
Right,
So
right.
again, it's all prepping your lifestyle before you go out for that day. And, so the gym clothes, I use it twice. I was start smelling a little bit, bring it in, I wash it. I'm only working out. So again, you keep everything with you. You're always gonna be ready.
Right.
Yes.
I have another question here, but basically, I think you already answered, which was how you can, eat healthy while meeting clients. But you said that, basically, like if you have you're going to have a meeting or something, so make sure that you eat before that meeting or being with a client or showing houses to
Yeah.
make sure that
Yeah.
right.
So
So
we entertain a lot of clients. Some of them are very important clients. And they're like talking over a meal. So you probably suggest a good restaurant, or maybe the client who suggests a good restaurant that he likes to go. So once I mean, you already know where you're going to meet that client. So the day before, or whenever you make the appointment, for the meeting, call the restaurant. Say, what are you have any healthy options? Don't say vegan, you have to, but healthier options. And they'll say, well, we got this, is there any way you can prepare maybe this? If you don't ask, the answer is always no. Right. You know, the menu is always a suggestion. It's not all they have. Right. Okay. And a lot of restaurants want to take care of you because they want the business. So you call up, let's say your client, maybe it's not a healthy client. He just eats anything on site. It's okay. So let's say he orders a steak, whatever, nice full plate that he's going to take about half an hour to consume. So now you have to also, as polite and professional that you are, you have to make sure you have enough food to accompany him for half an hour because you don't want to watch him eat, right? So you order maybe, because that's true, because he's not going to sit there and pig out. So you want to compliment, him for the time that. Yeah, I know. So so you say, okay, so he's gonna eat that. So maybe I can order maybe a small rice, maybe a small salad, and look at the sides, because you could just order sides instead of a whole platter, right. And so you'll prepare. So you go again. You go on the website, see the food. You call up if you have any questions, and you say, yes, my name is so and so, and I'm coming in with a client at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. 1 o'clock in the afternoon. There's anybody in particular I should talk to regarding your meal options. Blah blah blah. You get a name. You see. So now it's personal. So even the client, wow, this guy is prepared. Right. You see, and the client says, okay, because those little things that clients will say, okay, if he's prepared for that, then the deal that I got going with me, then he's more prepared for that. Right. It's the little things. So things like that. Yeah.
People will pay attention to that.
Oh, I do. Oh, yes. Yeah. Little details. It's like, like the other day I was at a business meeting, and the server. So my client had a iced tea, right, with a lot of ice. And that was, and I was drinking water, oranges. I don't remember. So we were talking about 15 minutes. So, iced tea gets watery, because of the ice. So it loses its taste, So the server comes over and she sees that. She goes, excuse me, would you like me to refresh your iced tea? I was like, I like you. But those little things. Right. And now every time I go there, I ask for her. I call up and say, may I have so-and-so? Is she working today? Oh, she's not right here. What time does she come in? So when I go there,
that's awesome.
You take care of her. The business wins. You win. Everybody wins.
Yeah, so that's awesome.
Those are the little things that mean a lot to everybody.
Right. Right. Yeah. Right. Especially when you have like a client in front of you, watching those things happen.
Oh yeah.
People will understand. That's awesome.
Exactly. It could be from $100 deal to $1 million deal. Same thing across the board.
Right.
That's
same awesome. Yeah. Guys, listen. Fabricio knows what he's talking about. So,
thank you.
Let's say that I start plant-based diet, and how about if I go to a party? Can I drink alcohol? Is that okay? Not okay? Amounts? How do you do that?
First I'll start with the parties, about the eating. Always eat before you go to a party. Okay? A lot of times we say, okay, tonight I'm going to a party, I'm going to eat over there, I won't eat all day. That's the worst thing to do, because you get to that place, you're going to throw everything down your throat. At the other night, you're going to be sick, So instead of that, eat something maybe about an hour and a half before, so you have enough time to go to the bathroom, go nice and prepared to the party. So now, instead of eating a big plate, you eat the hors d'oeuvres maybe, And with alcohol, I mean, it's a choice. There are cleaner and healthier alcohol. I'm not against drinking beer. I'm not against drinking alcohol. I love my beer. It's like I love my cigars.
Right.
So, oh yes. So I always say there's better choices to drink. I mean, a lot of beers are healthy, like Stella, Heineken. They're plant-based. They have no chemicals. They're brewed the right way. So there's healthier choices. Again, if you're going to go with alcohol, vodka is good. It's clean. So you got to stay away from a lot of alcohol that are not fermented properly, And again, it's up to you to do your homework, Like if you want to stay healthy, okay, drink maybe. Make sure maybe if they have Stella, drink instead of maybe like a Budweiser. Budweiser has a lot of chemicals, a lot of things. That's why a lot of people that drink those beers have what they call beer belly. But it's not really a beer belly; it's inflammation from those chemicals.
Right.
A lot of people ask me, "Wow, Fab, because I have my beers and everything. What? But you don't have a beer belly?" I know, because I choose the right beers. And
Right.
I also, the next day I may detox. Next day I drink a lot of water, coconut water. So it's not like I'm a drinker every day. I choose my
Right.
days. So you
Right.
have to also choose your days. I got an important client and he likes to drink. I'm going to save that day for that. And again, if you have a client that's going to meet you, he likes to drink. Always what you call it Uber to those meetings. Because he's gonna want you to join the shots, drinks, and everything. And a lot of times he'll do that on purpose to see where your mind is at. So let's
Yeah.
say you get all drunk and everything with him. I mean, he probably got a chauffeur, or he's probably drives himself. He don't care, but he's gonna
Right.
watch what you do. He's gonna say, "Well,
Right.
this guy just had like 10 shots with me. He's gonna get behind the wheel.
Right.
Red flag." So
Right.
instead of that, you go, "Okay, I'll go. Okay, we're ready. Great meeting. Thank you. You're done. Oh, it's a nice meeting. You everything. Okay, great. So now in front of you, okay, let me call my Uber and get me home safely." The client's gonna say, "Wow, that's good."
Right.
The little
Right.
things.
The little thing. We have a comment here from Linda, and she's saying, I agree. It's the little things that matter. My dad is a great salesman, and he always said to remember someone's name and what they like to drink. That's awesome. Yep. Yep.
Exactly. Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That,
Yeah.
that's that's how you do it. You can when to meetings, you always get there half an hour early. Make sure the table is where it's at. Don't let
Right.
them give you a table in the corner where you're gonna feel like you're one of the employees. Make sure if you see the table is a nice area, say okay, great. If you see the table you've reserved is in a place where it doesn't quite look good, you have time to say, could I get switched over there? I really meet a very important client today, and it's very critical for my business. Blah blah blah. You
Right.
see,
Right.
and they'll
Right. Right.
change it. They'll change
Right.
it. And
It'll
and
change.
and and if you know your client likes maybe margaritas, he's there at 1 o'clock. You already tell the server, excuse me, when my client comes in, can you bring two margaritas or a margarita?
Right.
I'll tell you, it's like you
Right.
feel like okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome.
yeah,
It's amazing because people do realize, those little things.
yeah,
People understand.
yeah.
So I also
And never get there late. Never
yes,
get. And if you
yes,
have and if you have appointment at 1 o'clock, don't text them at 1 o'clock. Let's say I'm running 10 minutes late. You're already late. All right. By 12:30, you already
right,
know. By 12:30, you're stuck in traffic. Like, oh my God, I'm going to get there like 10 minutes. Let them know I'm stuck in traffic or my meeting went a little over. I'll be there by 1:15.
right,
But you already tell him half an hour before, so he's not rushing or she's not
right,
rushing. And
right,
people appreciate those things too.
right,
Yeah.
right.
And always go
Um,
classy.
and always, and what?
And always go classy. You know?
Yeah, yeah. So I had another question here that throughout the conversation you already replied, which was what's the first thing that I should do in the morning when I begin my day, to keep up with my health goals, which
Yeah.
could be like we were saying in the beginning. A lot of times
Yeah.
it really depends on the person's lifestyle or the
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
So it really depends. But as long as
Under the
you,
virtual, yes. And I begin my day with a quiet time, which means that I get my coffee, I go to the living room, right, and I have my coffee and silent, nothing. That's how I start my day. And I have my coffee, no noise, no nothing, and just chill. And that gets me ready, you know, to start my day. Half an hour later, when I can focus, I go to my social media. I make sure I reply to comments and things like that. Very important if you're active in social media. Don't let people comment and you don't answer. You gotta
right,
answer. That's why it's called social media. You gotta be social.
right,
And it's free.
right,
So that's how I start my day. And at that time was like, having my coffee. I'm already thinking, okay, what am I gonna eat today? What I'm not. Is today a day where I need maybe extra food or less food? So I already plan my day like that, So, I say today maybe I just gonna have smoothies and water, I want, maybe I want to just clean out my gut a little bit. So I already got a plan. Wait, okay, so
right,
do I have enough to make a smoothie or should I just buy one? Okay, where is this one that I can buy a healthy one? So you're planning your day. That's how I
right.
plan my day. And I think if you prep your mind like that, you're gonna have a successful day in business and in your health.
Right.
Yeah.
We are almost done because usually
Wow.
we do like 30 minutes
Yeah.
live video. But I have one more question, and then I would like you to talk a little bit about like which we were supposed to start that way, but it's okay.
It's okay.
So and I'll let you to explain like how you ended up being, a plant-based. So
Yeah.
my last question here was, is there a way to improve my diet?
Oh yeah. The way I did it. So quick story. I was like 310 pounds, diabetic. I was very heavy. I was 50 years old, and felt like I was dying. And I said I decided I Googled and I researched about this plant-based vegan stuff. That was 2013, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna try it. I mean, I had one foot in the grave already, and I just started implementing. I started doing it slowly. It took me a year and a half to go totally plant-based. I lost all my weight at 165 now.
Wow.
I'll be 59 in May, and I feel great. So
Right.
I started little by little. I always say start one step at a time. Don't try to
Right.
say, okay, I'm gonna go vegan. That's it. It doesn't work that way. Start trading out. Like let's say your lunch, instead of going through having a burger, go have a plant-based, a vegan patty, maybe with avocado, which is a healthy option, maybe in a lettuce wrap, or maybe a healthier bread. So start switching one meal a day for a plant-based healthy meal.
Right.
And whatever meal that is, a breakfast, lunch, or dinner, but do it. And just keep doing that for the rest of the week. And maybe next week you say, well, I could do this. Or a month later, then maybe you take another meal, and little
Right.
by little, and do your research and see what plants are best for your condition. Maybe if you're diabetic, or maybe you got health goals, or you're training, what plants give me energy, give me protein.
Right.
Do your
Right.
research, and
Right.
and these days we can find out anything, you know.
Right. It is
And
good that you were saying, to kind of like take it one step at a time and don't
yeah,
just go, from A to B, but
you can. Yeah,
like
yeah,
don't just remove, animal like right away
yeah,
and just we'll go little by
yeah.
little.
Little by little, one step at a time. Change out a meal, change out a meat. Me, the way I started saying, I did my research on dairy. Dairy is very inflammatory. It's no good. So I said, you know what? Make the second decision. No more dairy. So anything that was dairy, I stopped. So that went on. Then 3 months later is when I stopped pork. 3 months later was beef. 3 months. So I kept going like that. The last
Right.
thing I gave up a year and a half later was eggs, and that was the last animal product I did. But you see, I
Wow.
was able because as I stopped eating the animal product, I felt better. So you become your own
Right.
inspiration. And even
Right.
if you cheat and you say, you know what, I'm just gonna go and get me a burger, I miss my burger. I'm sure 99.9 that you're gonna feel like crap, and you can say, oh, why did I eat
Right.
that?
Right.
So it still works out for the best.
Right. Which at
Yeah,
the same time, it's kind of like good that it's now going to make you feel bad because now
yeah,
you realize now
yeah,
this is not for me anymore. So it
exactly,
really motivates you to go back to what
exactly,
you were doing. That's awesome.
exactly. That's why I always suggest one day at a time.
Right.
Plan for today. Don't
Right.
worry about tomorrow. Just plan for today. That's what matters.
Right.
You know?
I'm
Yeah.
curious. Do you count calories at
No,
all?
no.
No.
No, because once you're in a plant-based diet, I mean, whole food plant-based, you eat a lot of greens, a lot of vegetables. I think you could eat everything you want, then you're never gonna overeat. You know.
Right.
But if you do eat like vegan comfort food, there's a lot of uh, you know impossible meat, Beyond Burger that contain a lot of oils and things like that. I would definitely then count calories.
Right.
But if you go like more whole food, like instead of having an impossible meat burger, you have a bean burger. I mean, you can eat all that all day long and nothing's gonna happen. You
Right.
know? Yeah. So I don't count calories at all. I stopped counting calories a long time.
Right.
I go how I feel. If I'm full, I'm full.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's
And
awesome.
yeah.
Mauricio, thank you so much.
Thank
It
you for
was such
having me.
an awesome live,
Thank you.
of
Thank you
course.
so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and enjoy the rest of your day, guys. If you have more
You too.
questions for Fabricio, um,
Yeah,
so
that
I
could
think
one.
Fabricio has a Facebook page. I think. Do you have one?
Yes, Fat the Vegan. And
Right.
also my personal page. My personal, they can
Yeah, you
message
can
me.
add to the comments
Yeah,
once I finish the live.
yeah.
And whoever has questions for Fabricio, feel free to ask.
Feel very
Okay.
free. I'm here to help.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Enjoy your day. Thank you so
You
much.
too. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye bye.